Hello everybody. I want to show you a little project I'm working on for the greenhouse. As some of you may know, I have been constructing a rustic greenhouse made from materials that I have here on the property or from material that I have reclaimed, trying to keep it simple and work with what I've got on hand. And one of the things that I just finished doing, and I've staged it just for the purpose of shooting this little video, is that I've made a little rustic seed packet holder that is going to go on the inside of the greenhouse. And I am out on my work platform, kind of close to the road, so you might hear trucks and such go by. It's the middle of the morning, or actually almost middle of the day, and I have logging trucks out in the property here, out in the area that I'm in, a rural area. But what I did basically was that I took some old cedar boards that I had lying around, and I'll show you the end of it. What it is an old Dutch lap board that has been sitting around, kind of, not much happening with it. Hi Thad. This is my cat Thad, wondering what's going on. The traveling cat, I call him. But anyway, it goes. What I did was I basically took that board and I put the tongue side up on the high side. I cut off the tail, which is normally a little flap that hangs off the end. It allows you to tuck it under when you do your Dutch lap. There's a top and a tail of these laps anyway. You could use any kind of board you have, any kind of 1/2 inch or 5/8 board, whatever you have. But basically what I did was I cut some strips of wood, again 1x stock. I nailed them to the face, and across I put a little rail in the middle. I'm going to stand back so you can see it a little bit better. I put a little rail in the middle, and then what I had some old bird mesh, this stuff you use to close up eaves and whatnot. I basically stapled it to the face of it. I made a little bend over at the top here. The reason is so that when you reach in to grab stuff, you don't, for lack of a better word, poke yourself. Eventually, at some point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a little bit of trim, and I'm going to trim the face of this so it hides the staples and makes it look a little neater. You can paint this ahead of time if you want. You can trick it out, whatever. The reason I left a base at the bottom, a little bit of a lip, is so that I can nail it to the face that I'm going to be putting it on. And it also gives me an area to put hooks or whatever it is that I'm going to put on there to use it in a utilitarian way. I've got enough material to build quite a few of them. You can build them smaller, you can build them wider, but again, it's a simple little project you might want to do for your greenhouse. The stuff I used, I kind of laid it out here, just a little scissors to cut the mesh with, a nice little hand saw. I love this thing. This little saw I have here cuts everything from 2x8s to smaller stock. But I just keep it around. It's my all-purpose saw. It's made by Stanley. When it wears out, I go get another one. Once in a while, I take the time to sharpen the teeth, but sometimes I get lazy, and when I'm at the hardware store, I'll just pick another one up, and So I have a few of those blades lying around, and when I'm bored doing nothing else, I sharpen 1 or 2 of them. Hammer, some 6D bright box 2-inch nails. Again, the stock, speed square, and some T50 staples, staple gun. And basically, it took me about 10 minutes to do this little project. What I do is I nail them from the back. You can see my little nail. Oops, let me stand this up so you can see it. You can see my little nailing profile. And what I tend to do, this is a simple trick some of you may already know, but for those of you who are new to these kinds of projects, I draw the width of the board on the front end, on the back, so when I'm nailing, I know where I'm nailing so I don't miss. It's just a little silly thing that I do, a little trick I call it. But basically, it gives you a nice little tray that you can build. It's handy. You can use it for lots of things. You can build them deeper, wider, to hold tools, to hold gloves, you name it. You can make the pockets, like I said, deeper, wider, taller, on and on and on. Ultimately, when I lay them out, when you eventually see the greenhouse, you will see many different sizes of this. I will pull out different kinds of chicken wire and use them for different things. I'll actually make a few that are like cages that'll hold. Basically, what I'll do is I will pass compost through it to sort out the bigger debris, but I will hang it on the wall. What I'll do is when I bring the compost, I will put basically a big trough underneath it, and then I'll shovel the compost into the top, and then I'll just kind of shake it through it. And any big debris stuff will stay in there, and then I can basically lift it out and throw it back into the compost bin or chop it up finer. All right, I'm going to interrupt myself for a second. Thad is looking for something. He's on a query, and I think he's going to, you know the old saying about nature being red in tooth and claw? You're about to see it happen over here. Actually, you know, I'll spare you. Hey, Thad. Buddy. Hey, buddy. I'm going to mess up his hunt. Hey, buddy. Look at him give me that nasty look. All right. Take good care, you guys. Bye-bye.